welcome back to the Traders Network. I'm Michael Yorba, your host, broadcasting to you live from the Dallas KFXR 1190 AM iHeart Media Studios, worldwide through yorbamedia.com. All right, I'm joined in studio, Jason Rowe, CEO, founder, PriceSpot.com. All right, Jason, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. It's a great trip out here.
Wow, I'm glad that you like that. Come closer to the microphone. Okay, Jason, you've got something that's really cool, and I was just showing it to my girlfriend last night, and she just kind of went off the hook with it. You've got some new technology, a new way to find out what the price of anything is, no matter what it is, right?
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
All right, let's get back into your background before we talk about the company and then some of the moving parts of it. But give us some background on where you are, how you came up with this concept, and then let's talk about PriceSpot.
Well, I can go back about 6 years to where PriceSpot was originally kind of came up with the idea. What it was, I was about 19 years old, and I was trying to find a way to determine a market value for a product, but kind of based on an overall scale over time. I came up with the idea, it was supposed to be called pricecheck.com. Okay. And what it was going to be, I was going to database like 20 years worth of products and basically find a devaluation rate scale over time to determine whether these products become collectibles, or they just become completely worthless. So I was going to do MSRP values for when it first released and try to figure out a whole pricing trend so that way we could help assist people in understanding whether maybe anything they're hoarding, if it's just junk, get rid of it, or sell it, it's worth a profit. And I kind of realized that whole system, basically there's no monetization to really telling somebody what something's worth. And I also got quoted $500,000 minimum in web development to database that kind of deal. So pretty much my dreams were kind of killed on that idea. So I kind of sat on it for probably about 3 years. I literally woke up one morning and literally figured it out how I'm going to do this. With technology advancing and web and APIs, basically we found a way to kind of pull data just from the internet to calculate current market value of a product is what I consider it. So basically what we're doing is we're pulling price points from all over the internet to determine a current market value of a product. So we're using that data, we're filtering out like the useless results, and we're just kind of taking relevant data based on the keywords that you search on the website. And from that data, we're analyzing it to determine within less than a second of what that product's valuation is. So we're basically saying, what this product's current market value is. If you go ahead and list this on eBay, it's a guaranteed sale.
Okay.
So what we want to do is we want to help users also, kind of understand how eBay works. eBay's not that hard to sell on, but it does take, 7 to 10 days sometimes to list a product. Right. And people, sometimes when they want to sell something, they want cash right away.
Right.
So what I did is I installed with the monetization of PriceSpot by adding a feature where we will buy the customer's products directly from them so they don't have to deal with the hassles of eBay. Some people just completely hate eBay in general.
Right.
PayPal has been, pretty tough to deal with. So basically, what we want to do is we want to offer them a price to buy their product. They know what the current market value of that product is. And we are, obviously we're a company. We're going to offer you a little bit less than what the product's worth because then we need to make a profit.
Everybody understands bid and ask, all right?
Exactly. So we buy it at a reduced valuation, and then we go and take the time and resell it. We, warehouse the product, list it online, spend the 7 to 14 days it takes to make the overall transaction complete. We sell the product and make a profit.
Okay, so you're in essence creating a secondary market live exchange where it's almost instantaneous price discovery on almost everything.
Almost everything. We're still working on the website development. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done. We spent $120,000 so far on just building the website the way it is now. There's a lot of work. We're still trying to figure out data analytics, seeing if we can try to database some of this stuff as well and build our own pricing trends. Sometimes there's items that are unique, and those items, it's hard to find them. They usually have to be listed somewhere online for us to find the data for that, and sometimes they're really rare. Maybe only 5 of them exist. Maybe it could be like a special kind of baseball card or something like that. We can't price that unless there's any kind of data on the internet that tells us what that value of that product is. But really, when it comes down to a product or something like that, you really kind of have to, there's no real price you can price something like that at because it's really what somebody will pay.
Yeah, but there's so much data out there on so many things these days. It's got to be a lot easier for you to figure out what something can value at. I mean, cars are easy. Jewelry is another thing. Lawn furniture is another thing. But some of the specialty items, like, I mean, give me some ideas, because you built it. You crashed it, you built it, you crashed it, you built it, and made it work. What's some of the weirdest stuff that's ever come across where you've gone, I have no idea how to figure this one out?
One thing that's been kind of hard to figure out is computers. Computers have so many different specs that go into place on a computer, and with the way we're pulling our data, it's not data based, so we're not basing the price like Gazelle databases. Their pricing, they manually update their prices.
Right.
We're pulling this off of our own algorithm that was created, their own software. So when determining a price for a computer is really hard, because there's so many details that go involved in figuring out what that computer's worth. You could buy the same computer, and one could be 2.8 gigahertz, the other one could be, 2.2, or Intel Celeron processor, Core 2 Duo, quad core. All these things could be the same computer, but all these factors go into place of, well, how much do you want to pay to upgrade your computer? So it could technically be the same model, but, basically different stuff internally in the computer, so it's hard to price that.
So you can get a median price instantaneously as long as there's enough data points out there, like boats, cars, lawnmowers,
Cars
watches.
is a little tough one as well.
Yeah.
I would say Car Guru would probably be the place to go if you want to do something like that. They've done that pretty well. Kelley Blue Book. We're basically more like the Kelley Blue Book of products.
Okay.
So we want to make it simple and easy, and in turn, we want to help people sell their products, but we also want you to sell us your products.
Yeah, because nobody knows what the real price of something is like that when they go on eBay. They can just get an average of what's the market.
You just get
basically
average.
How do you get the mean price? I mean, in a commodity exchange or a stock exchange, there's bid ask, and people are constantly creating a price equilibrium. And that's what you're doing, but it's for everything, because you trade Rolex stock, but you don't trade a Rolex.
Exactly.
So how does this work?
So basically, like I said, it's been 2 years in development trying to figure this thing out. It's not just an average price. It's basically taking data, and we're analyzing that data and determining, when somebody searches, for instance, an iPhone 5.
Right.
You got to be specific about a product you search.
Right.
You can't just say iPhone 5. You should say iPhone 5. If it's a 16 gigabyte model, put in 16 gigabyte, whatever carrier you're with, type in the carrier name, and then you're going to get an accurate price. Mm-hmm. Versus, basically certain things like I was saying, it just depends on what you're searching and what you're looking for that we're pulling the data from. But, for the most part, all our data that's being collected is going through a filter system. It's making a couple calls that basically take in one price. It then determines what the, MSRP value of a product was, what people are asking for it, and then it's usually analyzing that data to come out with a price that ends up becoming exactly what that product should sell for and guarantee a sale.
What makes you different from everybody else? I mean, now we got the idea of how it works, but what makes you different than anything else that's out there right now?
My model is kind of in competition, I would say, with Gazelle.
Okay.
Gazelle has been in business for about 8 or 9 years now, I believe. They've raised over $56 million, I believe. So far in investments. They keep raising and they keep scaling up.
Right.
I think last year they did over $100 million in revenue, and this is just buying Apple products. So all they're doing is buying phones, doing the same model. They have commercials that say, come find out what your iPad is worth. Come to Gazelle. Oh my God, I can't believe how much they sold my iPad for. Well, really, that's not what your iPad is worth. Your iPad's only worth to them what they're willing to pay for it. So with us, we're telling you what your product's worth, and then we're telling you what we can pay you for it. So it's a completely different thing.
Right.
That way we're more honest. People, don't understand sometimes what these phones are worth sitting in their drawers. They say on average, $7,000 of unused stuff that could be sold are sitting in your household right now. Let's see. Basically, I got some stuff written down. 51% of Americans put their phone in a drawer or closet. 31% gave it away, 7% sold it on Craigslist or eBay, and only 4% sold to a trade-in site like mine. So right now, all these statistics are constantly going up. This was statistics from 2013, I think I pulled. But basically, 53 million pre-owned units sold in 2013. There's an estimate as high as 250 units pre-owned will be added to the market by 2018. And I mean, these are phones just pretty much collecting dust. I'm sure even a couple of us can sit there and say we've had some phones sit around in a drawer and devalue it.
Exactly. I've got one sitting in the trunk of my car.
New phones come out. We buy a new phone. We don't really know what to do with the old one. You just kind of leave it in a drawer, gave it away to a friend, whatever. But, these things are worth money, and they're constantly devaluating. And so it's important that when you go and, want to sell your phone, you sell it immediately the second you get a new one, because within about 2 years, that phone's pretty much worthless.
You're saying just you only have like one competitor out there?
Well, there's multiple different companies that also will buy products. I think you've probably seen the U-Cell commercials. They kind of work with other.
But there's a small group of people like what you're doing in this sector, and this looks to be just a huge market worldwide for that. Let's do this. Let's take a break and come back on the other side, and I want to talk about the investment side of what you're talking about with you. Okay. All right, we'll be right back. Jason Rowe, CEO, founder, PriceSpot, PriceSpot.com.
BTJ Consulting was founded specifically to consult with accredited investors on how best to manage their oil and gas investments. The emphasis is not only on direct participation in drilling projects, but includes opportunities in the purchasing of oil rigs, service and equipment companies, real estate and/or the purchase of royalty interest through lease pooling. This strategy further mitigates risk and spreads their clients' investments over the entire sector whenever possible. For more information, call 469-518-5008 or info@btjconsulting.com. 469-518-5008 or info@btjconsulting.com. That's 469-518-5008 or info@btjconsulting.com. And tell them Yorba sent you.
Are you a gun owner? Have you wanted to hone your skills but can't due to time or money restraints? Patriot Protection has your answer with courses starting as low as $59 and affordable monthly memberships. You can experience the ultimate firearms training available in Texas right here in Plano. Whether you want to get your concealed and carry or are looking to advance your tactical rifle training, Patriot Protection has options for every level of shooter. This isn't your ordinary training. At Patriot Protection, you can shoot from a car, draw from concealment, shoot on the move, and much more. With most classes between 2 to 4 hours long. Mention Michael Berry sent you and receive a free hour of range time. Call 972-943-5880 or visit patriotprotection.net. Again, that's 972-943-5880 or visit them online at patriotprotection.net. Patriot Protection, the ultimate shooting experience.
On Monday, Josh Leibarger made his status, "Case of the Mondays," followed by a frowny face. It got 1 like and 5 comments, including dislike. Well, Josh, Geico also wants to make a comment to turn that emoji's frown upside down. In just 15 minutes, you could save hundreds of dollars on your car insurance by switching to Geico. With all that extra dough, why not give Monday a makeover? We see an office party in your future. Hosted by you. Hashtag happy face. Hashtag savings.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Do you run a small business? Do you want it to grow? Well, then don't let your business slow down or shut down because you lost your computer files. Get Carbonite and your files will be backed up to the cloud automatically. No matter how many computers, servers, or external drives you have, Carbonite has an affordable plan. Start a free trial today at Carbonite.com. No credit card required. Use offer code BACKITUP and get 2 free bonus months with purchase. Carbonite.com. Offer code BACKITUP.
I'm Dr. James, founder of Diamond Physicians, a concierge medicine practice located in Dallas, Texas. Our Diamond 360 Advanced Physical Exam has been created for people like you who live a high-stress, fast-paced life. Every 40 seconds, someone in the U.S. experiences a life-changing heart attack or debilitating stroke. Negative stress tests and normal cholesterol levels do not exclude you. Half of all fatal heart attacks occur without warning. Diamond goes beyond traditional medicine with the Diamond 360 Advanced Physical Exam. Proven to prevent heart attacks, strokes, and diabetes. Contact Diamond now at 214-395-3491. That's 214-395-3491. Or visit our website at diamondphysicians.com to take the Diamond Challenge. If your Diamond 360 reveals perfect health, receive a full refund. Your loved ones will thank you.
Welcome back to the Traders Network. I'm Michael Yorba, your host. Thanks for joining us. Broadcasting to you live from the Dallas KFXR 1190 AM iHeart Media Studios, worldwide through yorbamedia.com. All right, I'm joined on the show with Jason Rowe. He took the time to fly out here from San Diego. CEO, founder, PriceSpot. That's PriceSpot.com. And he has got something brand new for the world. I mean, there's some other people out there that have done or tried to do what we're doing or what Jason is doing, but they just don't have the same technology involved in this. So let's bring everybody back to speed with us, Jason, about what makes you different from anything else out there. Price discovery about items that they own in their house, and then where is the investment opportunity? What are we looking at for scalability and growth rate with PriceSpot as we go forward? Because this and I know I need to shut up and let you answer the question, but this thing really gets me because this is like the pre-Facebook stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I mean, this is something that, like I said, I've been developing for, over 2 years. I've been on eBay, selling since I was literally 12 years old. That's been my niche market. I've done eBay. I haven't stopped, basically. And one of my things is always trying to find a way to bring more products to me. In my mind, I was always like, if I can make $1 off of one thing and do it 1,000,000 times, that's $1 million profit, that I can make.
Right.
And that's my idea. I don't care what it takes to make, if I make $10 off a product, I will take your product and sell it to make $10. You get instant cash. That's my whole model.
Right.
I want to help bring up the community on this one. Get these phones out of people's drawers, and they don't also realize that they're helping, with recycling these phones and not letting them collect dust. I guess, they end up in a landfill. It's really bad for the, environment. So that's another model that a lot of people go off of with recycling these phones because they typically
tablets, phones.
They're going to come to me, and
laptops.
typically they're going to go back on eBay, back for resale,
Right.
or we're going to sell them to other markets in other countries. And so therefore, these
Is there
people
a big
have
market
access.
for used phones?
There's a huge market. The market is huge over there. They pay almost double for an iPhone over there right now.
For what?
Obviously, there's regulations that go through with these phones.
Right.
To get them over these countries, if you're even allowed to do certain ones. Some do have the rights to be transferred from one country to another. There's a certain stamp on the back of a phone that will allow you to be able to legally ship that to another country. But these kids, they don't have these smartphones out there, and they don't have access to them at a price that's affordable. And so, someone, for instance, like in Egypt is one of my business partners, Mina Salama. He's from Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
An iPhone that I can basically get for $350 here sells for $650 over there.
Wow.
So when you think about that, I mean, there's obviously customs costs that go involved.
And in America, we're just throwing them away. They're in the back of the car.
Exactly. People are just letting them sit around and collect dust. When you should be selling your phone somehow or some way. And if you don't want to take the time to sell it on eBay, which I understand, why somebody wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
Sell it to us. We're a trusted company.
Why is it easier to sell through you than eBay?
Basically, what happens is we offer you a value for your phone. You ship your phone to us within, 24 hours of us, checking the condition of your phone, making sure it's exactly what you said it was. We will issue you out a check or PayPal.
Mm-hmm.
And, you get paid off real quickly and easily.
It's easier, it's faster, and
it's secure. You don't have to worry about meeting anybody. There's a lot of scams on eBay, too, that go on, with fake buyers. And they say, oh, we'll send you a check for a value of $1,000, cash the check, and send us back the difference. I mean, this is something that goes on.
That doesn't even sound right.
That goes on everywhere. They'll do this for anything. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have heard this happen or happen to them, but people will say that, and people fall for it all the time. They say, oh, I have a check. My son's overseas. Here's a check. I'm going to send a check for $1,000. Just cash it. Send me back the remaining money. Well, the check is fake, and the bank doesn't find out for 2 weeks. The next thing you know, you're out your phone, and now you owe the bank $1,000. So, these things happen all the time, every day,
Dude. That's what a horror story. I would imagine the horror stories.
Oh, yeah.
One after another. All right, the market size. You'd mentioned that somebody that had another type of product similar to yours, another exchange similar to yours, started out with probably nothing, and now they've got what?
Basically, they did $100 million in revenue, I guess, last year.
Mm-hmm.
Is what was reported. The last thing I looked at, they've taken in over 2 million phones to date. Every time a new iPhone comes out, they say they get flooded in with at least 3,000 to 5,000 phones a day. When you're taking in a phone that's, for instance, a 5S because somebody upgraded to the iPhone 6, their profit margins are typically somewhere around $100 a phone. So if you kind of do the math on that, if it was just 1,000 phones, that's basically $100,000 profit guaranteed that they're making, a single day just by taking in 1,000 of those type of
And
phones.
these are just phones.
We're just talking about cell phones.
Yeah.
And not only that, but what I'm doing as well is I'm also being able to price jewelry, which a lot of people have never figured out how to do. I have Rolexes, Hublot on there. I can accurately price your Rolex, tell you what it's worth, and offer you a price to, buy it directly from you. Obviously we have jewelers on deck that, check and make sure these things are authentic.
Right.
I recommend anybody try to send me an unauthentic item because you're not going to get it back.
Right.
But, this is something that,
Gems?
basically,
What about
it depends. You know what I mean? Really, honestly, there's only certain ways to price certain things.
Yeah.
Diamonds are kind of a tough market. They're overinflated, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But with Rolexes, we're basically paying a lot more than a pawn shop would ever pay. So when you kind of consider anything that where people go to pawn, I guarantee you my website pays way more than any pawn shop will ever pay you. We're basically like an online pawn shop minus the pawn.
Right. Wow. And you're far more discreet because you're not going in and out of the pawn shop and people going, oh
Exactly.
yeah, that guy just walked out with some bread.
We're trying to figure out logistics right now. We're still in an early phase of the company.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, we just closed a $250,000 investment.
Mm-hmm.
We're using that money to start an office, hire marketing, get employees in here.
That's where I wanted to go.
We do need money for product purchasing, and this is, something that's ongoing. We're trying to raise a significant amount of money right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we are looking for investors. I am looking for, somebody who wants to also be a partner in this company. Somebody could help me boost this thing up, sees the potential in it, and knows exactly where to go. We have a model already based on, our other competitors, which, we can already see their trial and error, so we don't really have to make those mistakes that they made.
Right.
And, the model just works. I have a business plan with all the financials, and everything makes sense.
Well, and a working revenue model.
Exactly.
Wow. And to me, this is a global exchange that you've been able to get a price equilibrium on just about everything that is accessible in data on the internet. Did you have something else you want to bring up?
Yes, I did. I also own the .com domain name. It's pricespot.co.uk. So we also plan on launching in England, United Kingdom, London. Basically, we're going to start a service app as well in Dubai. We're trying to expand this thing nationally and, over through the countries.
Right.
Obviously, we're going to master America, the U.S. first, before we go and do a full expansion rate. But, I can basically price anything in any country. So obviously, phones are worth more in other countries. I can build data analytics to be able to price these things everywhere and figure out a full trade market for this.
Software, we're talking intellectual property rights. Who owns all that?
Intellectual property rights, I do.
So
I own the property for what we're developing. Once we start actually building a solid platform here where we're going to be figuring out a little deeper on data analytics, that's something that, obviously I will own the APIs for that and specifically, find trends to build this stuff. I mean, all this data you can kind of find on the internet on a basic Google search. It's just a matter of taking the time to look through these products that you're looking to sell. Obviously, if it's like a phone, like I said, you're going to go search other phones for sale. Well, what somebody's selling a phone for isn't technically what you should try to offer to sell that phone because they might not sell it. We don't know if these things are selling. Somebody lists their phone for $400. We don't know how long it's been sitting. It's not selling. You got to lower your price.
Right.
Well, what's a good price to lower it at? Some people would just say, hey, I'll just take $250 for my phone. Well, the phone was worth $300. You could have easily got $300 for it if you listed it for the correct value. But people tend to not really care sometimes. They just want to get quick cash now. And that's where I stand, and I'm willing to show you what it's worth and offer you a value for your phone.
Again, a hidden benefit of your company, data mining. You got buying habits from people, and whoever's selling is buying.
Exactly.
Wow, this is massively scalable. Hey, listen, we're out of time. We got to go, but before you do, and thanks for flying in. Contact information for you and your new exchange, PriceSpot.
Yep, go on pricespot.com, look at the About Us page. There's email addresses and our Facebook like page is on the top right corner. I suggest you go to the page and like our page to keep updates on us.
All right, next, Mark Zuckerberg, Jason Rowe, CEO, founder of PriceSpot.com. Thanks for listening. Good luck, good trading. We'll talk to you soon.